Hi everyone, and welcome to week 5 of this. I still haven't found a name for it, so it's gonna be this. So welcome back for anyone who has been following this journey up till now, or welcome back to anyone who's new. My name is Joanna Goldsmith, and this week I'm gonna do 2 flowers, or actually a flower and probably a branch for my tiara. And I'm so happy about it. Hopefully we'll hear back from galleries. We sent them at the end of last week. Fingers crossed for that. So let's go on with my flowers. So this week I'm gonna do this all like ruined, battered and bruised kind of flower, and I'm gonna do this branch which has this pear-shaped diamonds. I just realized that maybe I don't have time to finish the whole branch because to do the setting for the diamonds is going to be incredibly long. So we'll see if I manage to finish that this week. I also have like other works to finish, so we'll see. But yeah, that's what I'm doing this week, and hopefully I'll manage to do them both. Bye bye. Last week, as you know, we sent all the pictures to the galleries and we were very excited and hyped about it. And this morning we got one of the emails back and they told us that they're not looking for new artists at the moment. And I mean, I understand it. I've seen that they haven't added any new artists, any jewellery artists at least, to their inventory in the last year. So maybe that is the reason, but yeah, you never know. So nobody likes rejections, let's be honest about it. But we're gonna survive. Actually, the thing I'm most disappointed about is the fact that they didn't, well, have the time or take the time to give us a feedback. And I would have really liked to grow and understand how to do this. And I know that there are like a lot of programs and stuff like that around the world that teach you this stuff. And honestly, with a small company, you can't pay for everything that you need to learn all the time. You need to experiment sometimes and do stuff and just fail and try again. But if nobody gives you feedback, then it's very hard. It's very hard to learn. We'll see how it goes with the other one, with the other gallery. They're gonna answer it all. Also, we believe this was more of like an invitation to talk. Like, if you want to contact us, please do. We would like to like show you our jewelry in person. But they saw it like a portfolio, which wasn't what we wanted to give them. Otherwise we would have put like a lot more pictures and a lot more stuff. It was just like a teeny bit to spark a bit of curiosity, but it didn't work that way. So anyway, now I'll go on working on my flower and we'll figure out what to do tomorrow. I know I shouldn't think about this like my work is not good enough, but I think it's quite natural to think that. I just want to go to my safe place at the moment. But it's not a big deal. We'll go on and we'll see what comes out of this. Hey, so today I've finished this part of the flower, the first part of the flower, and now I have to decide how to do the leaves. And the leaves are really tricky to me because they always kind of look like a second flower instead of being leaves. So what I did this time was to find an actual flower and then copy the leaves. So that's what I'm going to do. And this is the flower I'm going to use as reference. It's a flower that I found on a hike on the mountains. And these are the kind of leaves that I want to do. So these kind of like wiry leaves. And I know that the flower doesn't have the same shape, but I mean, I don't care. These are just random flowers. They don't need to look like real flowers. They just need to look beautiful. And this time, instead of doing them in gold, I decided that I want to do them in brass so that it's less evident on the crown once it's all oxidized. That's what I'm going to do now. So I'll go on with that. So now I look amazing. I was wearing really like big and cool baggy clothes today, but now I put my apron on and I look I feel like I'm the nurse from Romeo and Juliet at the moment. But anyway, so what I'm gonna do now is use this brass wire. Which I bought because I don't melt brass. I have never melted because I can't find any kind of certification for brass. So then I just buy it in the way that's in the form that it's most comfortable for me. I don't buy a lot of it. This has been hanging there for like 3 years now, but still now I'm using a little bit. So I'll take some wire, draw it with my beautiful draw bench and make it thinner so I can do those wonderful leaves I told you about. Now that I've done this, I'm going to cut a small piece of it and make it thinner. So this is going to be the base of the stem, and then this part here is going to be like the pointy leaves. So I'm going to cut this piece off and I'm going to continue to draw this small piece. So now I've done the 2 different wires, and what I'm doing is that I'm carving a space on the smallest one so that I can solder it in this position. In this way it will make like a kind of bell shape with 5 branches around it, and then I'll solder it all and it will have the feeling of that flower, which is this one. So it will have that kind of feeling with the bell and then these little like very, very thin leaves. So that's what I'm going for. And now I'm gonna do that 5 times and then proceed with soldering. So here's an update on the crown. This is how it looks at the moment. Obviously this aren't sorted. I just tried to position them so that they would be in a nice place, and this is how it looks at the moment. So I think I need to do another 5 or 6 maybe on the back. I'll do 6 smaller ones instead of 5 bigger ones. Now they're all gonna move when I put them on. These things are sticking inside my brain, but the things we do for beauty. Yeah, this makes me look like a unicorn. This obviously won't be like this, but I still have to decide the proper positioning and everything. But this is how it looks at the moment, and I'm very happy. I don't know where we're gonna show this first. Hopefully maybe a fair would want to exhibit it. I hope so. But anyway, this is how it's going, and you already know that I think it's stunning. This is the last flower that I did, the one that I did this week. It's this one. and I think it works pretty well with the rest of the tiara. I'm like a child in a candy shop. These are all the flowers that I made up till now. I think they look absolutely stunning. Honestly, this one without diamonds is still my favorite. They are a beauty. They all go so well together. Look at that. Like a nice little bouquet of gold, silver and brass flowers. I'm very happy. So now it's the end of the week, and even though I was a bit disappointed for galleries, we haven't heard still from the other gallery, but I'm losing a bit of hope, honestly. Still, I managed to do my flower, which I obviously love, and I didn't manage to do a lot more than that because we've been contacted by another person to have another commission, so I've been working on that, and I still don't know if I can share that project or not. But yeah, that's what I have been doing. So considering that we had our first disappointment with galleries, I think the week went pretty well. I honestly love being at my bench, and that's maybe all that matters. Things will come, things will go. Now the opportunity to apply for some exhibitions and some fairs around the world, so we're gonna do that. And we're gonna see if we want to approach other galleries and see how that works, because we don't know if our approach was wrong or if our product is wrong or what's the deal with that. So yeah, we're gonna try some more like we always do. So thank you for watching and see you next week. Bye bye.